This is the Renault Scenic E-Tech. Apparently, it's very special because it can go up to 625 km in single charge. 90% of its material is recyclable. It has the coolest LED lights in the market. Infotainment system integrated with Google. Sunroof with shade control. An armrest dedicated for personal entertainment. But is it all good? Let's get to know it better. Welcome to the Renault Scenic E-Tech 2024. With the tag of Car of the Europe 2024 and the long extensive experience in e-mobility, the Renault is determined than ever before to make this car a winner. In today's video, I'm going to dive deep into this car and find out if all the features coming to this car are actually making sense to you. And at the end, I will explain my view if you should consider this car as a new member to the family. If all of that sounds interesting, please keep watching. By the way, this is Raj and you're watching Car Copenhagen. If you like car reviews and car related stuff, please subscribe to the channel. So without further ado, let's jump into the review. Renault Scenic. Though the name has some iconic significance, it actually goes perfectly with this car, as it is extremely good looking car with lots of cool design lines. For example, the snake skin patterned closed grille and boomerang shaped DRLs. Let alone the Renault revised logo and front bumper. All goes pretty well together. The whole profile is so appealing that it actually stands out quite a lot. Wheel starts with 19-inch and goes up to 20-inch. I like the alloy design. It blends in so nicely with the design. The signature texture in the side skirt requires a close look. Just look at the view from the side. It is 4.4 meter long and almost 2 meter high. The rear is quite smart looking with modern and neat touches. Glowing directional LEDs are eye-catching and very unique. The roof is very aerodynamic and has integrated spoiler to it. Overall, an excellent design the Renault has come up with. Now let's get into the interior, but before, the door closing sound test. Nice, very nice grounded sound. I like it. The door panel seems modern and neat with logical layout. Soft rubber surface, chrome detailing and natural wood effect all look good here. Soft padded armrest with solid button makes life easier. Though the door bin isn't so large, it's actually carpeted to save some rattling noise. Not the least, here you have the premium Renault badging. Electric seat control goes perfectly with the seat. They are comfortable, plush and looking high-end. However, family with small kids might consider twice before choosing this trim, as it could get really dirty easily, and due to its textile fabric, it would be hard to get rid of. When it comes to utility, here is the room for one wireless charging pad. Underneath, some open storage solutions with 12-volt socket, configurable cup holder and so on. The actual armrest is very nice and smooth with deep storage. A tray for coins and 2 USB ports are here too. The glove box is small to medium, but it felt like it's made out of a cheap scratchy plastic. Otherwise, the dash is smart looking with identical to Renault Megane E-Tech. Quality material and solid build quality is something you notice right away. No doubt, the carved infotainment screen and hexagonal steering wheel steals the show here. The shape of the steering wheel is good to have a better grip, and it helps to make the driving more dynamic. Solid button with good feedback is always desirable, and that's what you get here. There is a lot going on behind the steering wheel. There are too much stocks. Will it interrupt driving? Well, we will find out in the driving part. But for now, 12.3-inch driver display with a 12-inch multimedia screen is the main showstopper. The game changer edition is the integration with Google system, which allow optimized route calculation, 50 plus dedicated onboard app, and identical Google interface. Otherwise, the screen is very crisp with sharp graphics. All the functions are easy to find and use. Anybody will be at ease when it comes to usability of this screen. Another great addition is the physical button for the most used options. They are backlit and within reach. What makes this car very special is the detailing. Perfection is projected everywhere in the car. The coolest feature is the unique way to control the sunroof shade. I haven't seen anything like that before. To mitigate the poor visibility, here you have the additional help from this digital display. Though it's not standard, it comes with various adjustments to fit it according to your preference. Finally, the amazing sunroof with uninterrupted view is a great extra to add. It will surely add joy to your ride. Now let's explore the rear cabin. Personally, I would prefer a bit more door opening. However, it wasn't too bad. You will find similar quality here like the front. Unfortunately, the door bin has got even narrower. But on the good side, flat floor makes life easier, especially with the kids around. Fabricated seats are looking good as usual. The comfort and the adaptability it offers is remarkable. Extra USB-C ports, an adaptable cup holder to phone and for the tab is given here. Forget the kids, even adults will be loving here in the back. What is dope though is the middle seats, which can be folded as well like this and make through loading a reality. Really, what a way to go. If you think it is spacious here, you are right, as the legroom is pretty good with room for feet extension. The headroom is also decent, but I think people over 6 feet may struggle a little bit. Another feature I liked was the multi-pocket system with leatherette finish, which makes it really easy to keep clean. Compared to everything, the central AC vent looks very basic and doesn't look like it belongs to this car, really. But overall, it was very practical and solid for family use. The boot is where things started to disappoint me. It offers 545 liters of cargo space. Though the number sounds good, the shape is where I personally have disagreements. Boxy and deep storage with high load lip is not particularly my favorite. However, it has lots of practical elements like shopping bag holder, multiple tethering points, 12-volt socket, lights, and so on. A bit of underfloor storage is also given here. The parcel shelf is solid and durable, but due to the design, you can't keep anything here as it will block the remaining little view you have. Lastly, the electric assist door closing is here for those who are ready to pay extra for it. Before driving, let's look into some facts and figures, shall we? It comes with 60 and 87 kilowatt hour battery which produce 170 to 220 brake horsepower accordingly, and the range offered is from 420 kilometers up to 625 kilometers respectively. When it comes to charging, fast charging is limited from 130 kilowatt to 150 kilowatt and takes from 32 to 37 minutes for charging from 15 to 80%. Regardless, whichever market are you from, this car comes with various standard features, and here is the list of it. Now let's jump into the driving. So finally I got my hands on this all new Scenic from 2024, and it's all electric, as you know. My first impression sitting in this car is similar to Megane E-Tech, as the interior and dash looks pretty similar there. Seat is positioned quite high-rised, making the view all around quite impressive. But what I have issues with is the rear visibility. It's not so impressive. But to minimize that problem, Renault has introduced a digital display here, which means you get to see what's happening behind real time in the display, as big as the rear view mirror. While it's solving the problem of the poor rear visibility, but at the same time I'm feeling little awkward by synchronizing the real-time mirror and the digital display in my head and process the information coming from the same source at the same time. Maybe I will get used to, but at first instance I prefer if the rear view mirror was as good as the display, which is not possible because it comes as a byproduct of having a nice looking rear for your car. Apart from that, there are plenty of good things you experience in this car right away. To start with, the driver instrument cluster, it's very sharp and pretty good when it comes to showing you all the information. Even in the highest of sunlight, you will see it without any glare, especially when the infotainment system is curving towards you and giving you the main focus, the main VIP treatment right there. Acceleration is pretty decent in this car. It's supposed to be 0 to 100 in 8.3 seconds. For many people, and also by the electric car standard these days, it can sound slower, but in reality it's not. Trust me, when you have a family car with all this functionality inbuilt, you don't want to drive this car that crazy fast, especially when you have your family in the back. So I think nowadays the market is coming down a little bit on the performance of the electric cars, and I think that's very logical. I have also noticed the car is surprisingly quieter inside. You have a little bit of wind noise coming through this windshield and A-pillar. Apart from that, there is no tire noise that you would notice. So in the next junction, I'm gonna make a U-turn with this car to see how it's performing compared to the other cars I have driven in the same road. While I'm waiting, I'm enjoying this cool indicator sound. I like it. Let's see how it goes. Oh yes, easy peasy. As you could see, it didn't give me any issue. I could just turn this car around very smoothly. So they have given two paddle shifter in the both side, which you can use to control the regen braking. The right one should take the regen braking intensity down, and the left one should increase it up. Even though if you drive with full regen braking on, the car doesn't come to a full stop. It's on the crawling mode at the end. While I'm supposed to talk a lot about driving of this car, I really cannot find something to talk about, because the reason I think the car is so natural to drive in and so enjoyable, and you just sink into the driving mode. There is no extensive way you can express this car. It's not super good in anything, it's not claiming to be best in anything, but it's blending in everything as you need it in a daily driver. For example, the suspension, it will take care of the regular unevenness of the road without grabbing your attention there. And so the braking, the braking starts working right away, but it has a smooth finish to it. I really like how it functions. It doesn't give you any sort of jerk when you brake the car. The speed limit indicator is pretty accurate, and it will give you beep even if you go 2 kilometers over the allowed speed. However, you can turn it off if you don't like it, but it's a good thing. I really like how this car engages you in real life driving experience, even though it's an electric car. So I'm joining from a side road, and I will see how my acceleration works from 0 to 70 with this car. Oh yes, it's in 70 right there. So it means if you need to have regular overtake in some situation and join the busy road, you can absolutely do with this car. However, don't think it's gonna be a super fast electric car. Get your expectation right from the beginning. But this car, all in all, has managed to pull together everything that a driver needs of a family car. The steering wheel, it's really good to hold, especially the design of it, really helpful when you need to make a tight maneuver. All the angles around help you to have a better grip. And I also enjoyed the way The button has been designed here. It's made the driving so intuitive. Without looking at the button, you could know how to control and drive safely. I wish the poor rear visibility wasn't the case for this car. And one more thing I like to point out, you could probably see this sunroof. This is actually configurable, so you could actually decide how much light you want to allow inside the cabin. But even in the darkest setting, I think it's giving some sort of lighting in the cabin, which makes the cabin looks really brighter. But all in all, if you have to wrap up the driving experience, it was really a decent, smooth driving experience, and you wouldn't mind to take this car for a long trip with your family. I think you will enjoy, especially when it comes to the seat quality and also the adjustment system it's coming with. You will be really comfortable driving this car. And when it comes to technology, it has the best integration with Google, and the safety rating this car comes with is 5 out of 5 star from Euro NCAP, which makes this car super safe for you and for the family. But overall, I really enjoyed the driving. This car has gained the top score in giving you the best smooth driving experience. So with all this said, I really think this car has got the perfect ingredient to be a winner. And surely you can see more of this car on the roads. That's all from me from the driving. Let's get on with the review. All in all, Renault has managed to come up with a great package that a family car should always have and always have been wanted, really. No surprise, it has won the Car of the Year 2024 Europe title. When it comes to looks, comfort, in-house tech, safety, functionality and practicality, you can see that the Renault has tried their best and made a deliberate attempt to make this car best in class, especially when it comes to the modern days car standard. And that's the reason you are seeing more of these on the road. So if you're thinking along these lines, please come forward and make a test drive and experience yourself. That's all from me from this video. I hope you really like this one. If so, don't be shy to like, comment and subscribe to the channel. Your every little help means a lot to me and my channel. And thanks for being part of my automotive journey. Until next time, please take care and drive safe.